Yo, what is going on, guys? Now you guys know the drill. Whenever a new season comes out, I am making the top 5 best weapons for that season, and obviously since it is season 11, that is the one I'm going to be making for you guys today. But before we do start, make sure you guys join my new Discord server, which I can talk to you guys and play a few games with you guys if you guys would like. Without further ado, I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Sit back, relax, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, so up on number 5 we do have the CBR4, also known as the P90. Now I will be honest with you guys, I personally didn't think this gun was going to be top 5 in my opinion, but ever since it did get its buff, it is actually top 5, and it is actually a good replacement for the QQ9 or Fennec, which were way better in the past before this came out. Now the two buffs that this weapon got was the flinch of the base gun went from 0.9 to 0.8, which means when you are getting shot, the weapon won't jump as high as it would like usual. Another buff it did get is that the recoil is a bit optimized and doesn't go to the upper right. You can basically control it if you just pull it down. Now obviously you guys would like the class, this is the setup that I use. I am using the Monolith Expressor, the OWC Marksman, YCam Light Stock, the OWC Tactical, and the Granular Grip Tape. And as I mentioned before, if you guys are more of a close range battle person only, the Fennec would be way better. But if you guys want to use an SMG for all ranges, mid to short mainly, you guys could use the CBR4. Up on number 4 we have the one, the only, the SKS. Now this weapon right here is actually considered a marksman rifle, and it actually does take some skill to use. Now obviously I'm not saying if you guys use this you guys will be automatically the best. As I mentioned, it does take some skill and some passiveness, so if you guys were to use this weapon, it would be more of a passive playstyle where you guys are holding power positions and head glitches and looking around the whole map to support your team. Now me personally, I wouldn't really recommend using this gun for myself because of how my playstyle is. I like running and gunning with SMGs and ARs, but if you guys do stand still and shoot like a statue, this would be perfect for you because it is a one-shot potential to the head and up to a 2 to 3 shot kill weapon. Now if you guys do want this setup, you guys can use this one right here. As you guys can see, I'm using the Tactical Suppressor, the MIP Extended Light Barrel, the FMJ Operated Foregrip, and the Extended Mag A. Now one thing I do want to mention before we go into number 3 is that the toughness perk is a mandatory perk to use because of how much the gun flinches when getting shot at. Now up on number 3 we can't forget about the HOLGER. Now this gun right here, it has not gotten that many nerfs, which I am surprised about, but not that many people are seen using it because of the heavy Type 25 meta, so it is alright. But this gun right here is in my top 3. Not only is it a very powerful weapon for long range distances, you guys can also use this for mid and close ranges. Plus the bullet spread and the distance on the weapon is an absolute advantage over any other gun, which is why it's in my top 3. Now this one here is obviously the mythic version, which is why I'm going to be showing you guys 2 sets of class setups you guys can use if you guys have the mythic one and if you guys don't have the mythic one. Okay guys, so if you guys have the mythic version, this is the best one to use. As you guys can see, I'm using the Monolith Expressor, the MIP Light, No Stock, OWC Tactical, and the Granulated Grip Tape. But let's say for example you guys do not have the mythic, you guys can obviously use this one instead, which is the Monolith Expressor, the MIP Light, Classic Red Dot Sight, which is the only difference, the No Stock, and the OWC Tactical to pop it off. Up on number 2 we have the one and only M13, which I personally think is one of the only guns that can actually outgun the Type 25 when it comes to a close encounter range battle. Now this weapon right here is an absolute favorite of mine besides the Type 25. Now as you guys know, the meta changes every single 2 months or so, so it might change at some point, but this is my go-to weapon if at some point I do not feel like using the type, which is why I am telling you guys about this weapon. So obviously I do have the mythic version, but you guys can still use the same exact weapons with the regular variants. But I am using the Monolith Expressor, the M13 Skeleton Stock, OWC Tactical, the Large Extended Mag B, and the Granulated Grip Tape. Now if you guys do want a red dot sight for your regular version, I would recommend taking out the Granulated Grip Tape and adding a red dot sight. And last but not least, up at number 1 we do have the Type 25, which like I mentioned is one of my most favorite weapons. Not only is it because it's an AR, but the main reason is because it can actually be played as an SMG style kind of gun, which is one of my favorites because of my playstyle. Now this gun right here I've been using a lot because of the meta, and yes, I am a meta abuser. Everyone in the competitive scene is, so before you guys do hate on me for that, that is the reason why. But this one right here is the weapon. I do love the skin, and if you guys do want to use my setup, as you guys can see, this is the one I'm using right now. It is the monolith suppressor, the classic red dot sight, the RTC steady stock, the OWC tactical, and the stopping power reload. Anyways guys, I hope you guys did enjoy that video. If you guys are new, make sure you guys pause the video right now before you guys leave. Drop a like, drop a comment, drop a sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one.